So I'm going to begin weighing the botanicals out now, starting with the lemon verbena. And then next the hawthorn flower. And then some of the dulse. This is actually a type of seaweed for those who don't know. And then the rosemary. Going to have 12 grams of pink grapefruit peel. Some more pink grapefruit peel. And then some orange. And then finally some ginger. This smells really good.
Thank you so much for your feedback on Facebook, Instagram, and on our blog. Some fantastic ideas about what we should include in our spring gin. People really want to capture the change of season, the transition from winter to spring. What does that bring? The smell of cut grass, the change of colours and seasons. Now, what we've tried to do is really capture some of these ideas and use the botanicals that we feel represent your expression. However, the botanicals we used in the ratios that we used them in the first trial batch of the spring gin didn't quite work for us. So what we're doing is we're using the core safe botanicals, if we call them that, to create a base gin. And then the ones that aren't really known to us that well, such as meadowsweet, dulse, lemon verbena, we're creating individual botanical extractions or tinctures you can see in front of us here. So what we do is we take each individual botanical, we put it into the still, and we distill that individual isolated component. What that allows us to do is assess those individual botanicals individually. So we'll first smell and taste it and understand what flavour profile it brings, ultimately deciding if we do actually want to use it, because some of them may not work for us, this particular batch. Then if we do decide we want to use it, it allows us fine granular control about how much of that liquid we include in the actual spring gin so that we can have the best flavour profile possible. Hi, it's Gary from Forge Spirits here.
Hi, and I'm Liv, the apprentice at Forge Spirits.
Just going to talk to you today about our spring gin. Thank you so much for all your comments on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Really helped us. And what we wanted to do this month is really understand what flavours you wanted and what you felt about the change of seasons as we go into spring. Got some great comments, some great feedback. People wanted to understand the change of the season, so we got some comments about how the smell and the feel of freshly cut grass made you feel. Some people really wanted the freshness of grapefruit in there, but then again also the spice as we transition into the spring season. So we've used pink grapefruit in quite a large proportion. It's more on the nose than the palate, I would say, but it's definitely there. We've also put some ginger in there. We've got a few other core botanicals that we put in as usual: juniper berries, coriander seed, bags of lemon in there. We've got lemon verbena to give that earthy hedgerow kind of flavour. We have meadowsweet, which is a British herb that adds a touch of sweetness but also leans into that hedgerow concept. And then the other things that we've got in there is more to do with Liv than anybody else, to be honest with you. And Liv will tell you about that now.
Yeah, so we really wanted this gin to be collaborative, but as I was leading a little bit on this project, I couldn't help but put my own sort of 2 pence in to say. For me, spring is a lot of what people in the comments have said, that transition from sort of cool and warm. So I feel like we did try to balance the botanicals there to show that transition. Freshly mown grass was a really big recurring theme, so the hedgerow bits. But for me in particular, and for a few actually in the comments, a few people mentioned the seaside, and for me, that is the essence of spring. It's warmer days, the end of my winter surfing sessions. The quality of the waves improved, but the weather is just a lot nicer than in winter when you're trying to get out of your wetsuit. It's raining, it's freezing. It's a lot better in the spring. So for me, springtime is surfing. I really wanted to reflect that in the gin. So we've used the Yorkshire sea salt cur. This is harvested on the North Yorkshire coast, just to add a slight salinity to the gin, a bit of umami. It really kind of gives it a mineral edge.
Yeah. It's not salty though, is it?
Yeah, definitely not salty. It's just to really round out the flavour profile. So it's not a sweet London Dry. It's not like a spicy London Dry. It's really collaborative. It's a mix of different flavours.
More mouthfeel, it excites the palate more. When you taste it with, when we did our trials and our testing, we tried it both with and without the salt, and it just kind of it excites your palate and your tongue a bit more. Just got a little bit more about it.
Yeah, we added an edge of dulse as well, which is basically seaweed, just to really give it the essence of the sea.
Better than it sounds.